joining the German-dominated ranks of premium-badged four-seater convertibles is the Mercedes-Benz C-Class cabriolet. It seems remarkable that it's taken Mercedes so long to produce a soft-top version of the C-Class, a popular range that's now in its fourth generation, but judging by our experiences with the car, the wait was worth it. Brand aficionados will point out that despite its C-Class mimicking styling, both generations of the former Mercedes-Benz CLK-Class cabriolet were C-Class based, but this is the first time the convertible's been embraced as part of the regular C range. It has few direct rivals, but its primary two are the Audi A5 cabriolet and the BMW 4 Series convertible. The latter, unlike the Mercedes, has a folding hardtop, rather than a fabric roof. Alternatives that are more left field include the Range Rover Evoque convertible and high-end derivatives of the Vauxhall Cascada. Soft top with practicality, to a degree styling-wise, the cabriolet shares more with the Mercedes-Benz C-Class coupe than it does its saloon or estate relations, giving it a lithe, lower profile, roof up or down. Its sleekness is preserved by virtue of the folding fabric soft top, which concertinas more elegantly than a three-piece hardtop, robbing less boot space in the process. Not that you buy a four-seater convertible if practicality's your chief requirement, but with the roof raised there is up to 360 litres of boot capacity, shrinking to 285 litres when the soft top's stowed away into the well behind the back seats. While the cabin essentially apes the other C-Classes, the two seats in the rear are best suited to children. They feel firm, with upright backrests, while head and elbow room are fine for adults. Headroom, roof up, is at a premium. Diesel efficiency, petrol power, AMG ferocity. Most C-Class cabriolets sold in Britain are expected to be diesel-powered, with both the C220D and C250D variants featuring the venerable 2.1-litre engine in 170 horsepower and 204 horsepower guises. Stick with the manual gearbox and rear-wheel drive for the lowest emissions, with the C220D producing just 116 grams/km of CO2. Two turbocharged petrol engines are offered, both with a 2.0-litre capacity and badged C200 and C300, with 184 horsepower and 245 horsepower on offer, respectively. For real performance, you have to look at the trio of Mercedes-AMG C-Class cabriolets. As a halfway house there's the C43 4MATIC, with a 367 horsepower 3.0-litre V6 petrol, but for the ultimate performance the C63 and C63S cabriolets pack a thumping twin-turbo 4.0-litre V8, serving up to 510 horsepower and scorching from 0 to 62 miles per hour in as little as 4.1 seconds. High quality, well-equipped. One downside to convertible driving isn't so much wind in your hair, it's when trying to blow your hair off. Back in 2010 when the current E-Class cabriolet was revealed, it featured a novel concept called air cap to reduce the blusteriness, which also makes an appearance on the C-Class cabriolet. It's a two-part device involving a spoiler which rises from the top edge of the windscreen and an air deflector behind the back seats that elevates. For those up front it's very effective, an increase in wind noise being the penalty. On the downside it's an eyesore and benefits those in the rear negligibly. The verdict: the cabriolet is well built, employing high-quality materials and following the plush Sport and AMG line range structure of the C-Class coupe. The Mercedes-AMG range features even more equipment and a host of sporty touches to help justify their high prices. We think this car is right up there with the best in its class. In the rarefied market for this type of convertible, the C-Class makes a particularly good fist of things. Read the full Mercedes-Benz C-Class cabriolet review to find out how good this new soft top is. The verdict: two diesels and a pair of petrols from launch duo of AMG high-performance models. None of them could be described as slow. What you want your Mercedes-Benz C-Class cabriolet to be will determine which engine you choose, and consequently how much performance is on offer, but rest assured none of them are slow. There are, however, varying degrees of speed and drama the further up the range you go. Duo of diesels expected to be most popular whether you choose the C220D or the brisker C250D. Both are powered by the same 2.1-litre diesel motor, tuned differently to vary performance. Producing 170 horsepower, the C220D musters 400 Nm of torque from just 1,400 revolutions per minute, making it a flexible unit. A 6-speed manual is the standard transmission, with a 9-speed automatic being the optional and preferable gearbox. Both reach 143 miles per hour, while the manual completes the 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint in 8.3 seconds. Choose the auto and it'll shave a further tenth of a second off. Stick to 17-inch wheels and the manual model is the most efficient in the range with claims of 62.8 miles per gallon and 116 grams/km of CO2. Automatic versions can be upspec'd further with the addition of the 4MATIC four-wheel drive system. Top speed drops to 140 miles per hour but the 0 to 62 miles per hour is edged down to 8.1 seconds. The more powerful C250D is automatic only and delivers 204 horsepower and 500 Nm of torque at 1,600 revolutions per minute to the rear wheels. That power increase is telling with a top speed of 153 miles per hour and just 7.2 seconds required to reach 62 miles per hour from a standstill. It too is flexible and very linear in its delivery, making it a sensible choice. It doesn't even sound as agricultural as it does in other models, a bonus when the roof's down. As a regular choice, this is our pick of the range. 2 petrols in the regular range. 2 petrol engines are offered in the mainstream C-Class Cabriolet range, both featuring a 2.0-litre turbocharged motor with different settings to produce alternate power outputs. Kicking things off is the C200 serving up 184 horsepower and 300 Nm of torque at a diesel-like 1,200 revolutions per minute. While the 6-speed manual version tops 147 miles per hour, those fitted with the 9-speed automatic are 1 mile per hour shy of that. The tables turn for the 0 to 62 miles per hour sprints. The manual takes 8.2 seconds, to the automatic 7.8. There's a significant leap to the C300, which develops 245 horsepower and 370 Nm of torque from 1,300 revolutions per minute. It's automatic only and takes 6.4 seconds to braze from 0 to 62 miles per hour on its way to an electronically governed 155 miles per hour top speed. Mercedes-AMG models for high performance. There's a significant performance advantage for the C43 4MATIC Cabriolet, thanks to its turbocharged 3.0-litre V6 petrol engine, mustering 367 horsepower and 520 Nm of torque from 2,000 revolutions per minute. Once again, a 9-speed automatic gearbox is the only transmission for this four-wheel drive model. It too reaches the limited 155 miles per hour top speed with ease, accelerating from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds. While that's quick, AMG's become synonymous with rumbling V8s and the hammer-blow performance that goes hand in hand with it. Still, badge C63, a twin-turbo 4.0-litre V8 is under the bonnet, now featuring a pair of power bulges, generating 476 horsepower and 650 Nm of torque from 1,750 revolutions per minute, sending power exclusively to the rear wheels via a 7-speed twin-clutch automatic box. That means 155 miles per hour, limited, and standstill to 62 miles per hour in 4.2 seconds, with virtually no turbo lag as it goes about its business. Want more? Then you need the C63S, featuring the same engine but now producing 510 horsepower and 700 Nm of torque. That 0 to 62 miles per hour time's shaved down to 4.1 seconds, but the colossal grunts administered with a monumental soundtrack from the 4 tailpipes, proof indeed that turbocharged engines can make the hairs on your neck stand up. If going quickly, and being entertained, is what you need, then place your money here. Fine mix of comfort and sportiness. AMG's a docile, savage when provoked superior traction with 4MATIC models as per the coupe derivative. The handling of the Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet range leans towards a sportier setup thanks to employing 15mm lower suspension than that of the saloon and estate versions. The inherent firmness of the lowered arrangement is more apparent on the standard suspension, but Mercedes' optional Airmatic package allows that to be dialed out or amplified depending on your preferences, thanks to its adaptive nature. Flick between comfort, sport and sport plus modes, or an even more hardcore race setting on the C63 models, to vary not just the adaptive dampers, but also steering weight, throttle response and how readily the automatic transmission swap ratios. Typical of other Mercedes models, the C-Class Cabriolet's steering, including the AMG versions, is light at low speeds but weights up in a progressive, linear fashion as pace and wheel angle increase. We wouldn't mind an increase in the degree of feel at the helm, though. All C-Class cabriolets display a pleasing degree of sportiness, although we noticed a degree of body flex over poor road surfaces. This isn't an issue in the regular versions, but the hardcore C63 and C63S models suffer a little in this regard, being noticeably less predictable through corners than the coupe. That said, the experience is amplified immeasurably by hearing the popping and gargling of the V8's exhaust without the roof suffocating the sound, but it's a proper sports car which will light up its rear tires and rotate itself through corners, the trick differential metering out the colossal power in the most effective manner. Joyous. Familiar C-Class dashboard for the cabriolet, well assembled, high-quality materials, sports front seats shared with coupe. Park your convertible with the roof down and you'll want the interior to look as glamorous as the bodywork. The Mercedes-Benz C-Class cabriolet's cabin doesn't disappoint, that's despite it being shared with other C-Class body styles as well as the GLC SUV. It's a stylish, swoopy affair, set off by circular air vents for a classic, rather than retro, touch. There is little to sully its form aside from the fixed tablet-style multimedia display that looks like something of an afterthought as it does in every Mercedes in which it features. Some may find the silver-painted switchgear a bit gauche, but overall it's a tasteful cabin, with a variety of trim appliques depending upon the trim level to amplify the dashboard. The matte finished wood looks particularly contemporary. Not all of the interior plastics are of the squidgy soft touch variety buyers seemingly crave these days, but it's hard to find many aspects that feel distinctly downmarket, save for the removable cup holder separators under the dashboard lid, a little touch in a Waitrose world. Controlling the multimedia system requires deft use of the rotary controller, which is reasonably easy to get to grips with but less intuitive than BMW's iDrive. The instrumentation is clear and unambiguous and can be complemented by an optional, and superb, head-up display projected onto the windscreen. We're particularly fond of the neat integration of the Burmester sound system that's available for extra cost. We've experienced it in countless Mercedes cars now, but it sounds great and the door speakers finishing adds a definite element of premium to the proceedings. Settling into a comfortable driving position is easy, the same supportive sports seats within the grille headrests, additionally featuring the air scarf system in the cabriolet, ensuring you complete each journey ache-free. Air cap reduces wind buffeting but looks ugly. Adaptive suspension boosts ride comfort. Spacious for a four-seater convertible. Several cars claim to alchemize comfort and road holding, but few achieve it to the same level of success as the Mercedes-Benz C-Class cabriolet. Even the riders Mercedes-AMG C63 versions can be made to deliver a fairly compliant ride quality thanks to the optional Airmatic adaptive suspension system, a feature we would recommend for any of the cabriolet range. With the faster versions the ride can get a little choppy on some poorly surfaced motorways, though. This won't annoy the driver too much, but passengers may be reluctant to travel for too many hours. It's a spacious cabin for 4 adults, particularly up front, with electrically adjustable seats, many featuring substantial side bolstering. Those in the rear are fine if they're of no taller than average height. While virtually no one will have much to complain about, rear seat leg and elbow room. Headroom with the soft top erected is at a premium, useful only if you've an inclination to develop a cricked neck. The seats themselves are a little unforgiving in the padding department and have near vertical backrests. Open the cabriolet up to the elements and the sky's literally the limit for headspace, but adults in the back instead suffer from wind buffeting, with or without the air cap system raised. It's thoroughly effective for front seat passengers, although the aerofoil deployed at the top of the windscreen does generate wind noise. Roof up. It's satisfyingly quiet in the cabin, thanks to its snug fit and well-insulated lining. Most of the exterior noise you hear relates to airflow disturbances around the door mirrors and tire or on especially smooth roads. Naturally, the cabin's comfort-enhancing amenities include dual-zone climate control, heated front seats and the familiar air scarf system where warm air is blown out from the seats to envelop front seat passengers' necks. Sport and AMG line trims for mainstream range Mercedes-AMG versions offer even more equipment. Diverse array of personalization options from its summer 2016 debut. The C-Class cabriolet range is offered in Sport and AMG line trims, while the higher performance Mercedes-AMG versions are available in C43, C63, C63S and C63S Edition 1 guises. Standard Mercedes-Benz C-Class cabriolet equipment. Sport is the starting point for the C-Class cabriolet hierarchy, but it's far from poorly equipped. As standard you'll find electrically folding door mirrors with an auto-dimming function, 17-inch 5-spoke alloy wheels, sensors in the bumpers to aid parking, supplemented by a reversing camera hidden behind the rear badge and LED headlamps. Once inside, you'll spot electrically adjustable front seats with memory function and air scarf to blow warm air around your neck and shoulders, the air cap wind deflection system, ambient lighting, a 7-inch display for the multimedia system which includes sat-nav, DAB radio and Bluetooth connectivity, keyless entry and start plus Artico fake leather upholstery. Progress to the AMG line trim for the regular petrol and diesel engine cabriolets to benefit from 18-inch AMG design alloys painted titanium grey, a purposeful AMG body kit, complemented by the diamond finish grille design, perforated front brake discs for superior stopping power, sports suspension and a quicker steering system. Climb aboard and you'll notice the 3-spoke, leather-wrapped, flat-bottomed AMG steering wheel, metal pedals with rubber studs and silver-colored gear change paddles behind the wheel. First of the C-classes with uprated performance is the Mercedes-AMG C43 4MATIC Cabriolet, which adds to the AMG line's kit roster with two-tone alloy wheels, AMG branded brake calipers, a deeper front spoiler with a marching wing on the boot lid, a sports exhaust and black door mirror caps. The interior is embellished further with a combination of the Artico faux leather, which also swathes the dashboard, and dynamic upholstery, with a velvety, suede-like finish. The cabin's punctuated with red upholstery stitching and matching scarlet seatbelts. Equipment upgrades to the Mercedes-AMG C63 Cabriolet include an even more aggressive body kit, with a unique bonnet and wings, AMG-specific instruments and AMG sports seats up front with genuine leather upholstery. This can be taken further still with the more powerful Mercedes-AMG C63S Cabriolet, featuring 19-inch AMG 5-spoke alloys, the AMG Performance exhaust to maximize the sound of the V8 engine, AMG Performance front seats now with grey seatbelts, upholstered in a combination of Nappa leather and the Dinamica fabric and the upgraded Common multimedia system. Topping the launch range is the unsnappily titled Mercedes-AMG C63S Edition 1 Cabriolet, featuring a host of additional equipment to justify its price. A choice of 19 or 20-inch cross-spoke forged alloy wheels are painted matte black with a grey rim. An even beefier body kit and adaptive LED headlamps complete the exterior makeover. Inside there's full Nappa leather with a two-tone finish, matte carbon fiber interior appliques and a superb Burmester surround sound speaker system. Optional Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet accessories depending on the chosen trim level. A variety of additional features can be specified at extra cost. A Premium Plus package, comprising of the Common multimedia system and Burmester surround sound speakers is available for all C200, C220D, C250D and C300 models, while a premium pack can also be added to the C63 and C63S Cabriolets featuring adaptive LED headlamps, the Burmester 13 speaker system and Nappa leather look trim for the dashboard and door panels. There's also a raft of individual options including alloy wheel upgrades, a lane tracking system which assists the driver to steer within their lane, not to be used as a fully autonomous system as the law currently prevents this, and a night package with various aspects of the exterior trim finished in gloss black. You're not limited to a black soft top roof with the Cabriolet, either. It can also be ordered in dark blue, dark brown and dark red. A very safe car, lots of standard kit more available for extra cash. When it was tested under the auspices of Euro NCAP in 2017, the Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet scored an impressive 5-star rating, identical to the saloon. One area of concern was that in the crash simulations rear seat occupants were shown to have their heads come into contact with the roof mechanism due to the airbag not sufficiently extending to cushion the impact. Even entry-level models have LED lights front and rear add 7 airbags, with a knee bag for the driver and window bags which pop out of the upper door casings. Additional rollover protection is provided courtesy of a strengthened windscreen surround and pyrotechnically powered rollover hoops which deploy from behind the rear seats in the event that the car overturns. Other standard safety gear includes attention assist which monitors the driver for telltale signs of drowsiness and collision prevention assist plus which autonomously brakes the car if it senses an impending collision that the driver doesn't seem to respond to. Among the optional safety kit is a driver assistance package including blind spot warning and adaptive cruise control, while the head-up display (HUD) system is an object of clarity and well worth spending extra on. Reasonably sized boot for a 4-seater. Adult size seats in the back roof can be operated at up to 31 miles per hour. Practicality is unlikely to be your primary concern if you're considering a 4-seater convertible, but the Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet offers a few flexible touches for when the need occasionally arises. There is a decent amount of cabin space for 4 adults, rear headroom with the roof up notwithstanding, and a sensible number of storage cubbies front and rear. Cup holders in the front reside behind the flip-up panel towards the base of the center console, along with another storage area and a 12-volt electrical socket. It's convenient but spoils the aesthetics of the dashboard when open. Access to the C-Class Cabriolet's boot is awkward due to the narrow aperture, an issue exacerbated by the flexible well the hood folds down into, limiting cargo space when in open mode. Roof up. The C-Class offers up to 360 liters of space, dropping to a maximum of 285 liters when the hood's concertinaed away. This compares with 360 liters for the Audi A5 Cabriolet and 370 liters for the BMW 4 Series convertible. Best in class, although nowhere near as premium as the others, is the Vauxhall Cascada at 380 liters. That Range Rover of a convertible. Roof up or down, it only offers 251 liters of boot space. Should you need to carry longer, slender items, think skis, then the rear backrests fold over, with a 50 hours 50-minute split. As befitting the C-Class Cabriolet, its fabric soft top is fully electric. The only aspect of its use which requires your hand to manipulate anything is the rocker switch to raise or lower it. Conveniently, it operates at speeds of up to 31 miles per hour. Making it easy to dodge rain showers at urban speeds. Unfortunately, however, it takes 24 seconds to operate. When some cars do it in under 10 seconds, the C-Class Cabriolet isn't a difficult car to get into most garages, but there's an optional automatic parking system that makes things easier still.